Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Kenny Wallace Show. We are rolling on storytelling time. Man, I'll tell you what, you see where Fox Sports took Kenny Wallace off the set and put him out in the field in the garage area. Wallace must have been demoted. Man, what a story this is. Have you ever wondered why? And you're always wanting to hold a press conference, right? I always have this funny joke that, when the race is going on and your driver's leading and all of a sudden he starts fading and he falls back to fifth. I said, I wished every race car driver or every person had the ability, if you could have a sign on your race car, right? And the driver could go, falling back because car is loose. You come down the front straightaway and all the fans go, oh, he's loose. Don't you wish you could right a wrong? And that's what YouTube, social media does for us, right? Now I can tell you the story. Hey, Wallace, what they take you off that TV set for? Put you out in the field, demoted your ass. Okay, this story is pretty crazy, and it's accurate and it's true. My boss, Eric Shanks, the president of Fox Sports, Jacob Ullman, everybody, they're going to laugh when they see this because it's incredibly accurate. All right, here we go. We're starting the year out, for the Daytona 500 down in Daytona International Motor Speedway. Well, the week before the Daytona 500, that's when we started Media Day. Now they started up in Charlotte, North Carolina. They had Media Day. Well, back in the day, say 15, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I don't know what it was, but it was a little bit ago. I'm big time. I'm on the TV set, right? And that's kind of where my career got extended. I was on the TV set. I was controversial. I was giving my opinion on everything, and things were rolling. Things were going good. Now, people say, Herman, did NASCAR or anybody ever come to you and tell you to back it down? The answer is no. Nobody ever. And my hand on the Bible, nobody ever said, Wallace, you're pushing the button. You're going too far. But one of my bosses, Scott Ackerson, said, Herman, say what you mean and mean what you say. So if you're going to say what you mean and you mean it, then let's go with it. So, that's what those pregame shows are all about. You look at College Game Day. You look at NASCAR Race Day, built by the Home Depot, NASCAR Race Day, fueled by Sunoco. That show was getting 900,000 to 1 million people. We were the second highest rated show in everything. Our ratings for that pre-race show were higher than the Xfinity Series. They were higher than the IndyCar Series. We were the second highest rated show for motorsports. That was crazy, but it was true. So anyway, let me tell you why they took me off the set. So there we were. It was Media Day. And all of a sudden, Steve Craddock, my boss in Charlotte for Fox, he goes, oh, like what? He says, we don't have anybody to interview the drivers for Media Day. This is just thought of as just a neutral time in the day, or either on Speed TV or on FS1. I can't remember. And they looked at me, they said, Herman, can you go over and interview all the NASCAR superstars? I said, yeah, I got this. Ain't nothing. I'd already interviewed good sit-down interviews with Dale Earnhardt Jr., except my boss, our boss, Eric Shanks, Google him. Sometimes the boss don't watch. That's Jacob Ullman's or Steve Craddock's job. So anyway, I got it. I go over there, and now remember, all these years, I've been telling everybody, I've been reminding everybody in the TV compound, I'm a race car driver. I didn't really like doing TV because then people thought I wasn't a race car driver. In my heart, I'm a race car driver. But TV did extend my career, right? So sometimes to play, you got to pay. So I'm doing it. I get over there and we're live. This ain't tape. We're live. And I'm like, thanks, John. We're over here at the hangar, outside the Daytona Speedway. We got Dale Earnhardt Jr. here. And I start talking to Junior. And all of a sudden, I noticed that Dale Jr.'s got this little pocket in his fire suit. And I'm like, Junior, what's that little pocket for? I quit asking racing questions. I asked one or two racing questions, and they're like, keep going. We got lots of time. Oh, that was great because they're always on a time crunch. So this was great. I said, Junior, what's that little pocket for? Junior reaches in that little hole in his fire suit. He goes, that's where I usually keep my cell phone, but today I got my little mints. I like eating these little mints. And me and Junior just talking, having a good time. And they're like, okay, wrap it up. All right, Johnny, that's what's going on over here. We do the TV show. We do media day. I go back over, behind the Daytona Speedway and in between the Daytona airport, right there. That's where the Fox TV compound is. I get back over there, and my boss in Charlotte, Steve Craddock, says, Herman, come here. I got to talk to you about something. It's all good. I'm like, oh, thank God. I get up in there. This is the moment my TV trajectory changed my life. He goes, Eric Shanks, our boss. I'm like, yeah, the president of Fox Sports. The people that do the Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. It's all the same people. All the same. It's all the same. And he says, Eric Shanks is out in L.A., got his feet up on the desk, and he just so happened he's going to turn on Media Day. And all of a sudden, Eric Shanks calls Steve Craddock in Daytona and goes, why didn't you tell me Kenny Wallace could interview people? Like, boss, he's been doing the interviews and sit downs. We've been putting him out, And Eric Shanks goes, well, these drivers, these race car drivers, they respond to Kenny Wallace way differently. Man, it's really good. And I'm like, it's probably because I'm a race car driver and I race these guys and I've raced them my whole life. So when I'm talking to them, I know what's going on. So important to know what's going on. That was it. They said to me, and everybody from Fox is watching this right now. Steve Craddock, all my bosses at Fox, Jacob Bowman, Eric Shanks, they all said, Kenny, you're very important on the desk. We love your opinion. But to make the show better, this is not a demotion. We're not sacrificing you, but you got to go out in the field because, you're interviewing race car drivers and they just really talk to you. They talk to you as one of theirs. There it was, So at the time, it was very hard for me to tell everybody why they took me off the set, what was going on. But, so do you have a career that your trajectory changed? You're doing something and they're like, man, you're just way better over here. We know you might not like that, but you're just so much more important over here. So I got to tell you, inevitably, that was what made me retire. Now, I did not mind the job. I did not mind the job, but let me tell you what the downfall of me doing TV and why, there's always a big controversy. Why did Kenny Wallace quit? Did he get fired? Usually when people quit, oh, he got fired. Well, my hand on a Bible and on my children, I went to my notes section of my iPhone and I wrote Steve Craddock a beautiful long letter. And I said, Speed, Fox, you all saved my life. You extended my career, but I'm burnt out. You put me on the road. My wife don't go. I'm in these hotel rooms by myself. I'm flying into these racetracks Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Then I'm doing, Sirius XM radio Monday night, Tuesday night. So you get the picture, right? It was when they put me on the road and I had to go to bed by myself in the hotel rooms. No more drinking beer, no more partying because of this damn cell phone. Life is very boring on the road. And I'm laid up in that hotel room. I'm jealous of all my buddies dirt racing because I'm an old redneck. I'm seeing what's going on at Farmer City or Granite City or Macon. And I'm watching it out, and I'm just getting more depressed because I'm in these hotel rooms by myself and nothing to do. So taking me off the set and putting me out in the field might have been good for TV, but it was my downfall. It was my downfall. And that's the reason I decided just too much. I was depressed, and I was like, I came out with this saying, and I preached it to everybody. Your life will not change until you change your life. So I called all my sponsors up and I said, hey, I got this plan, man. I need your help. I need you to, I need more money from all my dirt sponsors because I'm lonely. My life is not good. And every one of those CEOs went, wow, we get it. What can we do? I said, give me more money. I'll work it off. So I supplemented my TV income, went over on the dirt car, and I run the hell out of that dirt car for the last 6 years. And buddy, I was scared to death. When I quit that TV, I was scared to death. I thought, what am I going to do? But I made it work. And that's the end of the story. All because they didn't have anybody to interview drivers at media day. And that trajectory put me out in the field, lonely night in hotel rooms. And I said, this life of mine sucks. And it all turned out beautiful. 2022, I won 11 dirt races. I ran 72 races, the most out of anybody in UMP dirt car. Won 2 championships, won the local championship down here at Peevely, won the Missouri-Illinois Regional Championship, took me off major TV, and I went and did what I had to be doing. And man, oh man. So that's the story. I mean, that's storytelling, my friends. That's what happened to me. So what was looked at was devastation. That's the story all these years later. All right, now remember, we're right here on YouTube, but we in podcast form too. When you're on your way to work or you got a long drive, remember, right here on Spotify, iTunes. This damn thing keeps falling out of my ear. I got to fix it. We are on podcast, right? iTunes, Spotify. Remember to subscribe right here. All right, then. Until next time, there's another story coming.